episode 114. The community is still waiting. All the Easter eggs have well and truly been hatched. Will you be a mystic hero? And I create a new game. Welcome to Incensed podcast. I am joined by Pokemon UK, Ian Waterfall, and Casual Coops. Boys, how are we doing?
I have to say, I'm very excited at the prospect of a new game. The rest of the factors of that intro, we'll get on to that a bit later, but doing good.
Well, I actually beg to differ, Milo. I'm excited, talking about Easter eggs, to see how many eggs you've hatched over the last week.
They were not filled with joy, let's just say that.
Yeah. What about you, E?
You know what? Tonight should be good. And it's quite funny that we're going to go from probably one of our longest episodes, in fact, our second longest episode ever last week,
indeed,
to what could potentially be our shortest ever episode this week.
It has to eclipse 53 minutes.
So pop, no incense.
Yes, pop your daily adventure incense. That should be enough.
This is a mini episode.
We've got to average it out.
But I think the vibe's good in the house, Marky boy. What about you, mate? How are you doing today? Hostess with the mostess.
Hostess with the mostess. Yeah, good. I'm good. Yeah, I've just opened the game and a Todgers turned up, so that's fitting for tonight's episode. Brilliant. Good. I'm good. I'm looking forward to this. Someone said to me today, we are nearly halfway through April, and I was like, wow.
Oh my, that is scary when you think about it like that. Yeah, Go Fest season will shortly be upon us.
If they announce it.
Where, when, how?
When, please, Niantic. And can I just say, if any of you guys listening are new here, welcome.
Cheers.
Because we had a big audience for last week's episode.
We very much did, so we appreciate anybody who stuck around.
Yeah, if you're here for a second week in a row, thank you, and we hope not to disappoint you.
Could we claim the Nicks on this show as well if you push the soundboard?
I think we can, actually. Nick, how are you doing?
Nice.
See, he's never left.
Deja vu. Wasn't it the last Nick episode that we had? And then on the one after, we was all like, please don't leave us, to all the people that have joined from Nick's episode. And
Yes,
I was going to say, I'm
Yeah.
getting mad deja vu. And then like halfway through that episode, we were like, okay, all the Nick fans, they've all left. They've all left us. So if you're back again, please stick around. We don't swear anymore.
That's true, we don't.
We really don't, actually. It's so true.
We've become cleaner cut. We're more boy band material now, aren't we, the four of us from the UK?
Yes.
No Oasis terms. It's we're a bit more like, what do we say? Blue?
McFly.
I was going to say busted.
They actually was McBusted for a while,
To
actually.
be fair, you never know. He might still be around in the year 3000, to be fair.
That's what Coops goes to school for, isn't it? But do you like that one?
Oh.
You know what, Coops? In the year 3000, your great-great-great-great-granddaughter's still pretty fine.
It's a great record. I'm not disputing that. Great record.
Very, very...
Amazing record. Showing my age here.
Yeah, Milo's looking at us three like, what?
I'm befuddled is the word.
Yeah, Milo was listening to Baby Shark when we was listening to that.
I'm not a mere fetus.
Oh,
I was going to say, if we're in a boy band, what instrument are we playing? Is Mark playing the flute?
It must be, actually. It's pole-shaped.
Mark's flute.
Sorry, I paused. I didn't
we
know
were
that was a
going
segue into Mark's poll. I didn't know. Yeah, I was like, is it now? Is it the poll now?
We're reading it off before it's even been launched.
Oh, for God's sake!
Of course he does. Of course he pushes the jingle.
Listen, what we've got to do, Milo, because I did quite like that unintentional segue. Can we use that segue again later? We'll do like a retake.
Yes, we'll try and remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, copy-paste.
Yeah.
Well, if you are one of the new listeners that have joined us after the Training Tips episode, we certainly hope you are still with us. But to those who are familiar with the podcast, we would like you all to do what we always ask you to do. And we have said it's probably going to be tempting a bit of fate if you'll get full use of the incenses tonight. But throw down your incenses.
Pop your incenses, champions. Let's go.
And we're going to be sending you every single bit of luck your way, be it shiny, hundo luck, from the wild, probably not from remote raiding, but anyway, if you get anything good...
just rub it in, Mark. They could do 5 during the show.
The incense doesn't boost it.
No, it doesn't.
What did we say last week, Ian? Was it 5 raiders about 25 minutes? That's probably about on par with where we're going, but yes.
6 times 5 is about 30 minutes, yeah.
But if you get anything good, however you find it, please share that with us using our famous hashtag, Shinies of the Week.
Clarify the spelling, please.
Hi, Chris and Carl.
Ooh, that is SHINIESOFTHEWEEK.
Nice.
Yes, send it on Twitter. I forgot to mention that earlier. So, everybody, let's jump into
Or
the Pokemon
Instagram,
Go.
Campfire, or WhatsApp.
But not TikTok.
No, and we'll get into why in a minute.
So, Coops, what we're going to jump into for Pokemon Go.
Goodness. Hey.
And now, children, it's time for Getting to Know You with the Incensed podcast.
We've come up with many different questions, and this is one that I saw, and I did think, I don't think we've ever done anything along these lines before, but the question is a simple one. Be careful what you wish for, because it might change was it in Back to the Future, the time, the line, whatever it bloody was?
Could cause a paradox, yes.
Yeah, paradox.
That's the one, a paradox. Boys, if you could uninvent one thing, what would it be?
I'd like to go first on this one.
This
did not take any time at all.
This is unusually enthusiastic.
Yes, because this is kind of like a Room 101. It's the same sort of thing, you put it. But if it would never been invented, if I could uninvent any one thing, it would have to be TikTok.
Oh,
it is the most dreadful social media app. It's a seething pool.
Tell him, Ian. No, keep going. Tell him,
seriously. Their algorithm just feeds you with... I can't even go there. It's
infuriating.
Dirty. It's a disgusting place.
It's dirty.
That, you know what? It should be banned. It should be deleted. It should just go away. Sorry, people in China. I know you created it, but seriously, TikTok. TikTok was created in China.
Just a really random thing to say.
So, yeah, TikTok. Awful place. And it's the worst social media app in history. And yes, I do include MySpace in that sentiment as well. It's worse than that.
God bless MySpace. God bless MySpace.
What was the other one that Coops mentioned a couple of weeks ago? Bebo, was that it?
Bebo was the other one.
That was it.
Yeah, but you wouldn't know that was the same year that McFly released their
Yeah.
what was it? 5 colours in her hair. You were still a baby, little baby. But yeah, I'll go next.
Baby Milo.
Mark, great question, by the way. I don't know whether you got this from Reddit or
Baby Milo.
Ready? All together.
It's a cheaper second charge
Milo.
if you hatch, mate.
He's hatching eggs, hatching eggs. Hatching eggs in the spring to spring. Right.
It's getting really hacked off.
Yeah. I love the fact that wasn't even in the Baby Shark tune, Milo. That's what I love. No.
As I'm trying to encourage you to move on.
Okay, right, I'm moving on. Like the question, Mark, you don't know if you got it off Reddit or wherever, but I really like it. Like the answer, Ian, to start us off.
Can I just add, if I don't win with TikTok, then there's something wrong with the world. Seriously.
Okay.
Well, hopefully this is going on Twitter.
Oh, that's true, actually. Another toxic seething pool, yes.
But we like it. Mm-hmm.
While people can still vote on Twitter, we're going to have to move to Instagram soon.
When I originally read this question, Mark, if I'm being honest, the first thing that actually came to my head was cigarettes. I don't know why. From cigarettes, then I thought about like social media in general. I'm not copying it, Ian. Then I thought about reality TV. And there were...
Love Island, yes.
See? And then I thought, no, let's look at like what is genuinely bad for you. And a lot of youngsters now from, God, I'd say the age of maybe 13, 14. It's kind of like a fashion trend, which for me, I think is a bit cringy, and I'm apologising to any of our listeners that do this, but I'm just not sure how I feel about it. So one thing that I wish I could uninvent are vapes.
Oh, good one, actually.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, there's still no proof that it's any healthier than smoking, and it's just as addictive if you're using certain levels of nicotine.
And I don't know why. I don't know if it's because I'm getting older. I'm an old man now, Ian. I'm nearly your age.
You know what? You're not far
Yeah,
off.
I know.
It's just the hair dye that makes you look younger.
Yeah, okay, excellent. Listen, if I had to dye my hair, trust me, it wouldn't be ginger. But moving on. This is au natural. But I don't know, like I look at the youngsters of today and I know it's a fashion thing. And jokes aside, I think it's a TikTok thing. I think people on TikTok do it to look cool. I just think, come on, guys, let's not do that. I think you might have competition there, Ian.
I think I might. That's a good one, Coops,
thanks,
actually.
Mate. Thank you.
Yeah.
I agree with that. I think that's a very good one.
Vapes are something that our government are proactively pushing people to start doing.
Yeah, it's been in the
aren't
news
they?
today.
The
Yes.
news
Yeah.
today.
Joking.
Oh, they're pushing them what to not do them?
They're going to be pushing
good.
vapes to try and get people off smoking. So we'll just hook them on something else.
Oh, God. Oh, fair enough. Yeah.
That's mental. I'm probably going to take the tail end of the poll tonight, I would assume, with this one, but it's just something that personally bugs me, and I would very much like to be rid of them, is bus lanes.
Really?
Yes, I despise, particularly living in London, how 50% of a road is barely used because some people on a bus have to get where they're going faster than I have to. There's an entire lane there that's clear. Nobody's using it, but we can't utilise it because of the timings and the rules and regs and everything. So I will take the hit and go to the bottom of the poll.
Controversial.
Yeah.
Not to be controversial, but wouldn't it just be more jammed up, though, if there were no bus lanes?
The traffic would be more jammed,
Yeah.
and everybody would be late for all of their appointments and
so it's
getting places.
But if you've got all the cars in one lane and the bus lane's empty, two lanes...
That's so the buses run on time and people get the places.
I'm sticking to my guns on this one.
Okay.
Okay, get them out of here.
Listen, if you want to lose the poll, be my guest.
Someone has to lose.
I'm going to crease
It's
if he wins
normally
this.
me.
I'm going to die
If that doesn't
wins.
come last, I'll be desperately surprised.
Might be a local issue, bus lanes. I think, like I said, there'll be a lot of people going, but the only way of travelling is on bus where we live. So we'll see how that one scores.
Didn't say get rid of buses.
No, bus lanes, sorry.
Yeah.
Well, actually, can I get rid of buses? Uninvent the bus.
You and I
Let's
will
take it a
team
step
up.
further. So I was umming and ahhing over. I'm going to give a Coop's answer here. A big part of me was going towards car alarms because I was going, do you know what? When they go off, no one really does anything about it anyway. It's kind of like, what's that in the background? Oh, it's a car
But
alarm.
you don't really need alarms anymore, do you? Because all
You've
the
got
cars are
immobilisers,
immobilised.
yeah.
I initially went down the car alarm route, but then I was thinking I'm staying on the car thing because I was going to say smart motorways, but no one knows what that is, probably outside the UK. But I was
I'm
thinking
so
about the
with
next
you.
thing from that, and what's the point of that? But they cause more accidents as well. And the thing that I would like to ban,
They do, that's
or
true, that's a
Uninvent also
fact,
causes a lot of accidents, is speed cameras. I'd like to
Yes.
uninvent speed cameras.
Yes.
You know what? That is a good call.
Exactly, because one, they ruin a perfectly fun drive, don't they? If you want to not have to really think about anything and the roads are quiet. But two, the amount of accidents they cause with people trying to brake before they get to them.
That's a good
mental.
point. And you know what? We're talking cars. We can get into this. The easy way to get rid of speed cameras would be just to raise the speed limits on the roads because everyone's doing 80 plus on the motorway and it's safe because you're going in a straight line most of the time.
The worst thing is actually it does couple back to what Mark said about smart motorways is the amount of people who between the gantries with the cameras
They'll speed
on them,
up, they'll slow down, they'll speed up,
then
they'll
they'll
slow
hit
down.
the brakes. And
Yep.
because there are a lot of people who don't register that they're slowing down to the
And the
speed camera,
gantry
then they'll
cameras
brake.
are bad enough, but the pedestal cameras at the side are even
Yeah,
worse.
yeah.
They are.
Anybody who's concerned about CO2, that's worse for the environment, by the way. So get rid of speed cameras. It saves the planet.
It does, and there's
Get
no
rid of
need
speed
for
cameras.
them. There really is no need for them. And I know if you're in the police, you might have a different opinion because you need your wages paid, but that's pretty much all they're there for. They're a tax.
I'm changing my vote to what Mark said.
No, you're not.
Stay in your bus lane, mate.
I can't. It's not legal.
Well, we will put that out to the vote. How many times can we do this on Twitter, Ian, before we lose the ability for everyone to vote?
I
Is that
think
next
there's like
week?
another 1 or 2 weeks. I think it's towards the end of the month.
We have to transition the
Maybe
poll
there's
then,
going to
aren't
be a couple
we?
more votes, and then we'll have to go to Insta polls.
Instagram story.
Well, there we
Yeah.
go. That was some good answers, and we will get that done now.
Which would be good for our engagement on Insta.
We've talked over the last couple of weeks about the Spring into Spring event, and now it's kind of the wrap-up. It ended for us yesterday evening. It would have been basically the best part of a week for anybody listening to this show, possibly even more if you're backtracking and listening to us over the last 6 months. So, Spring into Spring, now the event is over. What did we think of it?
Play another one, Ian, for me.
I had some positives from it.
Right, Mark, you can talk first.
Fair.
Yeah, I will bookend the negativity, Milo, with
Lovely.
your positivity at the beginning. How does that sound?
Sounds fantastic. Ian, elaborate on the...
Right, for me, I did play it. I mean, we had a nice long bank holiday weekend in the UK for Easter, which pretty much across the world people have had a 4-day weekend. But I actually played it quite a bit. Monday was absolutely chucking it down with rain, so I didn't leave the house. But for the 3 days I did play it, I hatched, I would say, somewhere between 60 and 70 eggs, which I realised that the event was pretty dead and it was going to be a shiny chase on eggs because I needed another reel, I needed an Azrael, I would have liked another, what was the other one I was chasing? I can't remember now, my mind's blanking, but anyway, I figured eggs would be the way to go. Now, I am an avid hater of egg hatching because you never ever get anything good from eggs. We know this, it's a rip-off, it's a con. But I had some incubators, and I went out and over the 3 days, I hatched probably about 65, 70 eggs. Now, of those eggs, the majority of the hatches were CUTIEFLY.
Yes. Yes.
And I would say probably somewhere in the region of about 30 to 40% of the hatches that I got were CUTIEFLY. And you know what? Actually, the CUTIEFLY did come good, if you can say that about CUTIEFLY, because it's a bit of a dead Pokemon, but I did get a hundo CUTIEFLY from hatches.
Hey,
Nice.
no, that's good. That's
Out
good.
of
That's
all
good.
of the other hatches, I hatched probably a region of about 15, 16 Azurill, and still no shiny. And that shiny has been around years.
A while, yeah.
And I still didn't. And then when I saw on Twitter that Francesco hatched about 5 of the things, I thought, well, I must be doing something wrong. Now, not surprisingly, out of the 60 to 70 eggs that I hatched, 1 Riolu, and it wasn't shiny.
One.
Just one. It was atrocious, and it's reaffirmed my hatred of egg hatching. So that is why I hated it. I got 1 shiny for the whole event, and let's play a little game. What do you think I actually got from this event? What's shiny?
I'm going to say Whismur.
That's the one I was actually looking for.
I want to apologise. I don't really know the spawns because I haven't.
Just
played
guess
it,
an Easter spawn.
There were two,
I'll tell you what. No, I'll
two
tell you what.
rabbits.
Baneri with the crown, the new crown. No, okay.
No, Mark.
Pikachu.
No. So the shiny I encountered during this event, and it wasn't the Chansey that I would have quite liked with the flower
Bunnelby?
crown. It wasn't an Eevee. It was probably my 7th Jigglypuff, which I actually tapped on by mistake.
Ouch.
So for me, it's bust. It wasn't a good event. I did, however, get on to stage 5 of my masterwork. Basically means my shiny Jirachi will sit in limbo until I go somewhere worthy of actually encountering it. So anyway, Coops, did you play it?
Yeah, I'm sorry you sorry I said yeah. No, I haven't. But I'm sorry. But I'm sorry that you yeah, the eggs, man. Crazy. Nearly 7 years on, eggs. Still don't know how.
I know they're a con, but it was the only thing I could think of to actually focus on during the event because the rest of it just really didn't capture my sort of enthusiasm.
Listen, I don't blame you, mate. You see that Riolu and you think this is it, and it's never it.
Yeah.
No, I will be honest. I'm going to pass the baton over to a man whose vlog I actually watched. You might as well keep
Mark's?
it on the egg front. yeah. No, I don't think Mark hatched as many eggs as this human. But no, I apologise. I can't really contribute. It looked weak on because I think we mentioned this.
We mentioned it last week. Yeah.
It was weak, and at that point, when I open the game and do the first day, if it's not grabbed my attention, honestly, I just can't be bothered. To be completely honest with you, going off what you said, Ian, I'm glad that I've not wasted any time. That's my personal opinion.
I'm starting to think with some of these events, life is too short, and this event proved it for me. Really.
Yeah, I think there's a sentiment a lot of people would agree with.
So come on then, Pogo Mider UK, I was talking about you, bro. I mean, I'm not going to say the number, but was that really how many eggs you hatch, bro? For real? Like, that's not a joke, right?
No joke. You would have seen possibly I shared my weekly stats, the Adventure Sync thing, and then plus a few others that were on the Monday hatched. So in total, and the only reason I did this, not even because of the egg pool, because I knew the egg pool would be kind of garbage and you're unlikely to hatch what you expect. And Ian probably knows this. We bought a lot of boxes for the Hoenn tour in Vegas.
And that's what I was using for mine.
Yeah. So I had like 150 regular incubators sat there. I'm like, it's half egg distance. They're 2K. So let's just blitz through
I was using supers.
Were you? Oh, Jesus. I was saving those for the stupid 5s and 10s that kept popping up from stops.
I certainly wasn't saving them for the community day to hatch non-shiny and non-Togepi.
Yeah, well, at least it's going to be more shiny boost than it was for this event. If you want some stats of why you don't do eggs in Pokemon Go, here are some. For this event, it's difficult to judge because there were 5s and 10s thrown into the mix. I hatched over 600 eggs in a week.
Oh my!
Minus
God.
maybe 50, so about 550, I would say, 2-kilometer eggs. It took 400 of those eggs to hatch a shiny. Just one.
Sorry, Milo, just confirming live on air here.
Yes.
You hatched for this event over 550 eggs.
I don't think even JT Valor hatches that many eggs.
He didn't do a solid 24-hour grind, though.
Fair.
And hit the stop cap as well, which is a sort of achievement in some way.
It's really not.
It's more irritating than anything. I gotta be honest.
It's really not. It's
I can tell you, if Ian thinks out of, because I remember talking about this last week, how I'd hatched 50 eggs for the first day of the event and got one Riolu. Ian, you did 60 to 70?
I think, working it out, I think it was somewhere between 60 and 70. I think it was about 65.
Okay, so you got one Riolu. I've looked now, and I got 31 Riolu out of 550 eggs. That's it. And I can tell you, the majority of the hatches were CUTIEFLY. I did manage to get the shiny Zuru, but that was a long, long time into it. So honestly, people, we've said it for weeks and weeks and weeks. Don't do the eggs. Avoid the eggs in Pokemon Go. They are the biggest trap ever. But on the back of it, I did sort of enjoy the event with the wild spawns and the quests. Some stuff to shiny hunt, it was a bit of a jolly in that sense, and I like the quests.
But they were all based around hatching eggs.
They were, so if you weren't hatching eggs, you were a bit stuffed. At least it was half egg distance. That was the only kind of saving grace. So even people running an infinite incubator, you could do the quest to some kind of degree. But as Coop said, and I think Nick agreed with him last week, it did feel very like a rinse and repeat. Talking of a rinse and repeat, I saw this. I was talking to somebody at one of the Elite Raids over the weekend. They evolved their new Cherry Blossom Crown Eevee on day one, and it evolved into the old Flower Crown. So there was a glitch where Niantic hadn't even updated the evolve for Eevee with the event. So that's how much of a repeat this event was.
Arsty.
Kind of jokes in a way.
I will just say, little compliment to you, bro. I forgot how you really grind the game. And as I was watching, I was like, yeah, fair enough. I was like, you were very precise with the tasks. Bro. A lot of dedication. I always forget, like, because I'm such a casual now, I always forget, like, you know, back in my hardcore Pokemon Go days, I was doing the same thing. And I always forget how much dedication actually goes into playing this game, like, full out. So, yeah, impressive.
Cheers, man.
And yeah, sorry about that, mate. That's a lot.
That's a lot what it is.
Wait, did you get a hundo CUTIEFLY though?
Oh, I got no hundos from eggs.
You got no
hundo from eggs at all. The only thing from the eggs that was good was the shiny Munchlax, which was like the new thing. I didn't have that before, but still.
That's the one. That's the other one I was trying to think of.
Yeah, Munchlax.
That was the other one. Yeah.
You got a lot of them, and I was like, okay, this is kind of cool finally getting it, but 600 eggs?
I hatched 3
Seriously?
of them.
Shiny?
No, 3.
In total?
Just 3 in total.
I was like, what? Oh dear.
Are you insane?
Congrats on the shiny Munchlax. Not worth £400, but congrats.
Definitely not worth all of it. I'm just glad I had the backlog
because when you put it into that
incubators.
context, when you think about it.
I mean, you paid about £40 for a hundo CUTIEFLY when you really look at it.
Yeah. when you factor it in, I paid about £50. Yeah. For a Pokemon I'm going to do nothing with, ever.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, actually, to be fair, I did evolve it to get my free egg.
Oh, wow.
Oh, no.
Nice.
Can that be the episode title? £50 for a CUTIEFLY.
Can be.
I'll get some traction. But yeah, I want to hear what Marky Boy thought of Spring into Spring 2023.
Nice.
It was a good event. I enjoyed it. And I'll tell you for why. I didn't play it a lot. I did it in little bite-sized chunks.
There's the strategy.
You know what? I think we all need to become more casual, don't we?
No, over my dead body.
But no, when you watch a 24-hour vlog grind for an event, it tires me out just watching it. And that isn't the fact that the vlog's 24 hours long, Milo.
54 minutes.
It's 54 minutes. But no, I mean, maintaining the enthusiasm is very impressive. And the stop cap, that's an interesting one. I do want to pick up on that, actually. Did you hit the stop cap? Is that what it actually was?
Yeah, fully hit the stop cap.
Well, you powered through. If anyone hasn't seen it, Milo did what anyone else wouldn't have done in that situation, and he went on to the 7k eggs because he had to keep hatching those eggs.
I need to do something.
But no, I mean, the event was good. I mean, I enjoyed the event. I got a shiny Jigglypuff as well, Ian. That wasn't why I enjoyed the event, but I completed some shiny
that was
families.
Just a kick in the teeth to me.
It's a kick in the teeth for most people, I think, mate. I got my second shiny Bunnelby, which was nice during the event. So I've got my set now complete on that. And I got 2 shiny Flower Crown Veneeras. And I had one from the previous event. I know the Flower Crown hasn't changed on the Baneri.
Your RNG was pretty good then. Because you probably played it less than me, and you got way more shinies.
Absolutely. One of them was on a daily Incensed, Ian, actually. My second shiny.
I did spot that. Nice.
So that was fun. So anyway, I hatched some eggs as well. I didn't realise till the last day quite how much it was an egg event, if I'm being honest with you, because like I said, I was doing a lot of work over the weekend. But I hatched 3 batches of eggs, and I don't know if they improved the egg drop rate, Milo, certainly on the Sunday when I played it, because all I was getting were 2K eggs when I was spinning stop. So I don't know if that was just, I was extremely, do you like that? Extremely lucky.
Was you really excited as well?
Extremely excited.
And from the 27 eggs I hatched, nice number, 3 batches of 9, I got 2 Riolus, so I reckon what's that, less than 10% of them were Riolu. That sounds about right. I didn't get a hundo either, but I did get a Goku Bad Munchlax, which is a nice little...
Epic.
But like you, Ian, didn't hatch anything shiny. I think the 2-kilometre eggs were very tough.
It's funny you say about your drop rates, because I was getting a lot of... I only got 1 10k throughout all the drops, but I got a lot of 5s.
It definitely fluctuated a lot, because in the early part of the event, I was getting only 2Ks. And I think as I played more and more, I found myself getting more and more 5s and 10s for some reason. And it would really weirdly shift. Like then it became incredibly difficult to actually get a batch of 9 2Ks.
I gave up trying to do batches. I was just putting the 5s in incubators and just doing what I could.
Yeah.
Just blitz them.
The half-hatch distance made it very, very, good. And like you said, unless you get the lockout on spinning them, you can play the event non-stop, just hatching eggs all the time, because you're not limited like the gift opening on previous events we've had with the 7K eggs. It's basically infinite eggs, isn't it?
Yeah. Sue's made a comment in the chat, and this is true. I started to notice this. Towards the end of the event, you were spinning stops and eggs weren't dropping at all.
Oh, I noticed that.
I spun about 5 stops before I actually got an egg.
And I thought that was meant to be a guaranteed thing. I remember them talking about it at some point way back, saying you should get an egg from a stop if you've got a space in your inventory. Yeah. And for some reason that wasn't happening quite frequently. Yeah. Certainly over the sort of Saturday, Sunday and Monday.
Sunday, Monday, I definitely noticed it.
I know we've talked about eggs being a problem and stuff, but actually Mark made a very good point about the infinite eggs. So you could hatch as much as you want, which I personally think is a much better strategy for an event, because there is nothing more infuriating than if you actually want to hatch some eggs and you hit the daily limit on your gift opening. And we know that the 7-kilometre egg drop from gifts can be pretty poor, particularly when, funnily enough, there's an event focused on damn 7-kilometre eggs. Yep. Letting it being 2Ks with half egg distance, people could use their infinite incubator and plod through it casually as they wish. And if you wish to be like a complete fool like myself and go ham on the eggs, you are more than welcome to.
I would say I was a fool. I'd say you go beyond fool.
Cretin? Is that the step up?
A cretinous fool.
I wouldn't call you a cretin.
No, optimistic, I think.
An optimistic fool. I like that. That's a more polite way of describing
perhaps.
it.
Insane? Yeah, 600
Maybe
eggs
insane.
is insane, really, isn't it? Let's face it. Even for a video, 600 eggs is insane.
I'm just glad I didn't get any Jigglypuff.
Yeah, I think you're the winner on that one. Actually, I think Coops is the overall winner, to be fair.
What, from having 0 game time?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, speaking of...
Chasing the tail, tail to chase, it's chasing the tail.
Just not Jigglypuffs. Now, welcome in, everyone, to Chasing the Tail. So, gentlemen, the order for tonight is going to be me, Casual Coops, Pogomaster UK, Ian Waterfall, Masterful27, then back to me, etc., etc. There's 2 main rules for this game. There's no repeats. And the second one is you're not allowed to hesitate for too long. You can hesitate, but not for too long. Otherwise, you will hear a... which means you are out. And for all the listeners that are still here from Nick's episode last week, once again, Nick, thank you very much for joining us. And obviously, if you haven't listened to that, go back right now. Go give it a listen. But the whole point of this game is I'm going to say a Pokemon...
Can they go back after this show? Listen to the show first, then go back.
Yeah. Well,
Finish this episode.
If you want, up to you. But if you're new here and you don't know what Chasing the Tail is, it's one of our most favourite and loved games here on the podcast. So what's going to happen is I'm going to say a Pokemon, and then the person that goes after me is going to basically say another Pokemon, but it's got to start with the letter that mine ends in. So for example, if I say Bulbasaur, Milo has to say a Pokemon which ends with the letter R.
Starts with the letter R.
R, yeah, thank you. Because obviously Bulbasaur ends in an R. So, boys, round 1. Are we all ready?
Let's rock and roll.
There's only one Pokemon to start off this round, and that is CUTIEFLY.
Yungoos.
Espeon. Is that right? Does it end in S and E?
No, it ends in an S, doesn't it? Yungoos?
Yeah, I think it does.
Is that how?
It ends in an S. Ian fell almost immediately.
Ian, we did. Jigglypuff's got to your head, mate. We didn't even get round once.
I've got Jigglypuffs all over. Yeah, sorry. Those little ruby eyes. Oh my god. Anyway.
Sorry, as if you're out.
It's emerald, isn't it? They're green eyes.
What's wrong with me tonight? They are green.
Your vision is very clouded, I have to say.
I give up.
Bless.
So, Masterful27, you're up next. So, your Pokemon for the next round is Mewtwo.
Octillery.
Yanma.
Ampharos.
Swaddle.
Empoleon.
Ninjask.
Clink Clank.
Wait, what? Clink Clank? Wait, Clink Clank is a Pokemon?
It's the evolution of Clink.
I think you're out.
Yeah.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, that's the third stage of Clink.
Oh, it's Clink Clang, not Clink Clank.
Oh, I was wrong then.
So, in this case, do we let Marky off with that one, or...?
Absolutely not. No, I'm back in. Mark, you're out.
Yeah.
Right.
Fine, so it's me and Milo. Cool, Marky.
Hedge.
So, my starting Pokemon is Oink Cologne.
Eevee? Is it ending in E?
Yes.
I don't know.
It does, okay.
It does.
Espeon.
Nidoran.
Noivern.
Nidoking.
Golurk.
Kling Clang.
Geodude.
Nice.
Eevee. Have we said Eevee? I've said it.
You said that earlier.
Damn it! Oh,
Stumped by his own repeat.
Oh, cool.
at least I got Kling Clang in there.
I was going to say, nice one there.
You're welcome.
Coops, just to reaffirm, it was...
Yep, well done, Ian. And you went out first with a...
and then Mark went out with a...
And I...
You did a 24-hour grind.
Well done. I thought you were going to go, and you...
That was a very good idea on my part.
I thought you were going to say, and you have no life. Dung.
I have no life.
Well done, Milo.
GG, Milo.
Good game.
Yeah.
Sir Game.
Sir Game.
He was Sir Game this week. Or Lord Game. Has he been
I
upgraded?
think
guess
I
not.
upgraded him to Lord Game the other week.
Oh, thank you. I'll take that. Anyway, Marky, back to you, mate.
That was a lovely game, Coops. Thank you very much. On an exciting week, yes, we're going to keep throwing the egg pun in tonight. We've got a new event, which has been so exciting. This one could be the event of the year, some have said.
Yes, and thank God this event will finish tomorrow as you're listening to this, but we're currently in the midst of a Mystic Hero. An event about Blanche and Team Mystic, which probably has the rarest shiny in the game ever.
Yes.
And that is a Lapras with a Blanche-themed bow, which you get one shot at, and it could be shiny. Other than that, the event's pretty dead. So, guys, thoughts?
Thoughts, very easy to state, even though we haven't technically started the event at the time of recording this. It's beyond dead.
24-hour grind for it?
It would just be 24 hours of playing the normal game. It's not even worthy of having the word event in the
really
article
isn't.
for it. Because it's an insult to every other event that's ever been before. Remember, towards the end of 2022, we had the Evolving Stars event, and we all said at the time, this has got to be the deadest event we've ever seen.
This takes the prize.
This takes the mouldy digestive.
The event bonuses are there's double XP.
There's
2 guaranteed XL candy for evolving.
XL?
Yeah, so get evolving your Pidgeys, Coops.
Do you know what's funny, though? I don't know what's worse, this actual event, which, by the way, I genuinely, I don't know, we should do a poll on this. I actually think this is probably the worst event feature that Niantic have ever done in 6.5 years.
It's probably the worst event ever.
Yeah.
There isn't anything in it.
But the fact that this is only Mystic, so we've now got this same old jargon, but with Valor and then Instinct.
This is where I was
painful.
going. I would say over the next few months, we are going to get a Valor and an Instinct hero event as well. And if they're as bad as this, what are they actually thinking at Niantic coming up? Because who could have thought this was a good event? Let's be honest.
That's the thing that perplexes me the most, is how difficult is it to think of like what Pokemon...
I mean, we had a better idea when we said Mystic 7.
Well, yeah, put him at Pokestops.
Exactly.
That'd be brilliant.
Because
that was a really good idea by Mark. There's no quests, there's no eggs, there's no
there is a
featured
special
spawns.
research story.
Yeah, there's this research thing and like 3 bonuses, and that is literally it.
And you need to be very lucky, because granted the Shiny Lapras, it's probably going to be boosted, but the chances of you getting one are very, very minute, let's be honest. You need to be very
with
lucky.
a one-shot deal. And there's no field research tasks either.
No.
I'm trying to think, like, the poster for Rising Heroes as a season is all 3 teams, and each one has a Pokemon as a silhouette. And I can't remember which ones are for Valor and Instinct, but they'll likely then be the featured research reward if they do get around to doing a Valor hero and an Instinct letdown.
When, not if.
Optimistic, I guess.
It'll happen at some point before the end of the season, yeah.
It's surely not that difficult to think, like, maybe we could just put blue Pokemon in the wild, or go and say, like, hey, the team leader, you can go and battle Blanche as a team leader. Take the Pokemon from that when you battle, and say, like, here, have Beldum in the wild, or have Vaporeon spawning. Literally an ounce of thought would have been better than what we've got. At least it's only 5 days, and Togetic Community Day is over the middle of it. Or was.
Did you enjoy it, Milo, by the way, Togetic Community Day?
I had a great day with Mark.
Did you get the poll
You did
out?
have a good day with me, didn't you?
It's live poll.
Had my flower crown on, didn't I, Milo? Just for you.
Themed spring into spring poll.
I haven't really looked at the event, Ian, and that kind of speaks volumes. I play as Team Mystic as well in the game.
Mark, there's not one. There's nothing to see.
Basically, we're just playing for one shot at a Lapras with a costume then. Is that what we're...
Precisely.
Basically?
Practically, yes.
Yeah, it's a gamble. You'll either get a blue one or a purple
It'll be
one.
blue. It'll be blue. An inspiring... Mark that... Well, it'll be over by the time people listen to this one. It'll be a day of it left.
It will be over
There's one
tomorrow.
more
It
day.
finished on the 17th, yeah.
Should we move on from that, Ian? That was
Yeah, good chat, yeah. That'll be edited down into like 3 minutes. Anyway, something that happened this past weekend was the latest round of Elite Raids. Now, Regieleki was released into the game, and I don't know about you guys, but I had a lot better experience overall with these raids. The balance of egg spawns across the 3 times seemed a lot better. Apart from Regieleki being the jumpiest little bugger I've ever seen, actually, these Elite Raids went pretty well. Did any of you guys actually get out and do any Elite Raids?
I feel really bad because I'm like letting the squad down tonight, but no, I'm really sorry, mate. I did not. I did see on someone's video, you are right, Ian, very jumpy. Homeslice Henry has already done a video on it, and it's actually... You can make it work in PvP. I love that soundbite then. Very funny. Yeah, apart from that, I've really got nothing else to say. I saw that, I think they messed it up again, I think. Maybe
No,
I've
they
got that
didn't.
wrong.
There were issues in APAC in New Zealand, but it wasn't anything that Niantic did. To cut a very long story short, and if you haven't checked it out, go and check out Zoe's video. She explains it a lot better. But the raid lobbies have a cap on how many, because it's a 30-minute timer on these raids, they have a cap on how many lobbies can be created. And because spoofers were all jumping into the raids in New Zealand, the lobbies were being wiped out
it's APAC,
straight away.
They're first.
So people are giving Niantic heat for this, but from my understanding, other than them open up to unlimited lobbies, there's not a lot they could really do.
Well, there's only a certain number of lobby combinations you can do because of the 3x3 codes. That's it. So you're limited to a certain amount. And because it's APAC, all the spoofers go to New Zealand and Australia, and they go to the major cities there, and they swamp the gym, and it's overloaded.
What was you going to say, Marky?
Well, also, they could ban spoofers, you know. Just throwing it out
I was
there.
going to say that as well.
We need to be honest with this. I do agree. I'm not a fan of spoofers, but it's never going to happen.
Yeah.
There's no way they can do it.
Well, they could increase it so it's a 4x4 little code square, but it's probably still wouldn't solve the problem.
It wouldn't. It would exponentially increase the amount of codes that could be generated and lobbies that could be generated.
And it's going to be a perpetual problem because you can't create a private lobby on these elite raids. And I kind of get why, because I know that they sort of encourage people to go into public lobbies to encourage
they want people
inclusivity.
to play together. And if you're creating a private lobby for just you and your mates, then there's people potentially stood there that can't read with you.
Yeah, exactly.
I think what's disappointing is there's spoofers that have got Regieleki in their Pokedexes by cheating. And I went out and tried to do a couple, And I haven't got one in my Pokedex yet again. And I embraced the change. Hashtag we need to be the change. I don't know if that's what Ken's hashtag was. But yeah, there was that be the change.
I think it is.
So I was
think
there.
It is. Yeah.
Hashtag be the change. I was on my campfire. I was lighting flares at the 11 o'clock one that appeared where I lived. And again, don't get me started on this. It's one more than Reggie Drago appeared, but 1 at 11 in a town which has got enough gyms. Very disappointing.
How many EX gyms have you got in your town, Mark?
Overall, there's about 15 eggs that I could see.
Wow, that's a lot.
These raids on where I lived. It's a lot. It's a big green area where I live, which I'm very fortunate about. It's a big green. It's countryside all around the town. It's lovely. And most of them were 5 o'clock again. I don't understand how it's so difficult. However, hashtag be the change. I lit my flare at 20 to 11, tried to engage in the conversation, open chat, no response. Went on all the social media groups, no response. Went down there, waited for it on Easter Sunday, which is disappointing. Don't get me started on that. More people have got better things to be doing than elite raids on Easter Sunday, but anywho. But no one. And I think that was partly down to it. I think, if I'm being honest with you, I think a lot of people would have been doing family things. People that would have probably been raiding it probably weren't playing it. And unless you've got a community that you know and you can arrange it offside of social media, then you might have a chance of doing it. So another Reggie's been and gone that I haven't got in my Pokedex. I've tried 2 out of 2 and failed on both of them. I hope we just get rid of this stupid format for them, please. Can we just go back to having them in proper raids?
And I think they will come into regular Tier 5 raids at some point, but I think this is a good way to introduce new mons. But obviously, where you are, you're struggling to get lobbies. But go back to what you said about spoofers. And I do agree with you that spoofers, people that are cheating at the game, are getting Pokemon that you as a genuine player are struggling with, but I don't see an easy fix around that. Let's be honest, they're cheating. There's no way we're ever going to counter that, and Niantic, I believe, are working hard to target spoofers. It's going to be very difficult for them to nail them because of the very nature of what they're doing.
Imagine if it was a good Pokemon they released, that'd probably be a little bit easier to detect it. I'm surprised there was people jumping to New Zealand to spoof a Regieleki.
I actually think Regieleki is a better Pokemon. It certainly looks better than Regidrago, in my opinion.
I agree it looks better, but it's been stumped by the moveset.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It looks better.
Big
I mean,
time.
and the fact it's all over the place, literally. It's like the Energizer Bunny. It is bouncing off the walls.
Oh, it bounces so much. Jesus. Yeah, when you try to catch it, it's just
hitting an excellent throw is difficult because it never stops.
I would like to say it because I did watch your vlog as well when you did your Regieleki, as we're talking about content. Very good. I'm envious of you, Ian. You've got a nice little community where you live, mate, and it's quite nice. You can hop into these raids. I was
the community isn't bad where I am. There's 5 of us in that raid, but like Coops has said on previous weeks, the people out raiding compared to what would have been in 2019, 2018, nowhere near. We would have had full lobbies on that one a few years ago.
Coops, did you have any participation?
I could tell by the way he's looking at us, he probably didn't.
So, at the start of this chat, I said no.
I was just trying to coax something out of you.
No.
Still no.
Honestly, I just feel like it wouldn't have done them any harm. If they wanted this elite raid system to work, I think it flopped with Hooper. But I think with these Reggies, these 2 new Reggies, I think it was a really cool idea. I know they're messed up on the Easter Sunday. Like Marky said, there was a lot of controversy around that. That didn't bother me too much. I think they should be allowed to put events when they want and when they fit their calendar, right?
I personally agree. I don't think the fact that it was Easter Sunday really made any difference.
No. It's up to them.
It impacted some people. I mean, some people won't be doing bits and pieces for Easter.
To make this really work, and I feel like we would have seen a huge difference, especially with the remote raid nerf that they've done and which is now out. Wouldn't have done any harm to release these 2 as shiny. I think that would have been a really, really... but what I mean is that...
In 2052.
To make this elite raid system... work, especially after the remote nerfs, they knew that had been coming for a few months. They would have had that set in stone. I feel like releasing these 2 new Reggies as shinies, and again, you can only do a maximum of 5-6 raids. There's only a limited amount of time. I feel like that would have been good. That would have been good, and you would have really seen the community out for sure. New Pokemon, new Legendary, new Shiny. Yeah, I say actually 5-6 raids. If you'd done all 3 of the time slots, you could have done 25 raids potentially, yeah.
Only if you got access to all the EX gyms, so that's the thing. That's the other limit.
I only did the 11 o'clock time slot, and in that time I could only get 2 gyms.
Yeah. It was a little bit more spread out over the 3 time slots, but still felt a bit heavy towards the afternoon this time around, which is sort of the converse from last time where everything was 11 o'clock. I managed to do, I think, 7 raids across the whole 3 time slots. It could have been 8 if we'd legged it, but that's the problem is if you want to leg it to the next raid, but other people in your community can't be bothered, then you miss out on the opportunity.
I just think, just to wrap up my point of view, I just feel like Niantic really need to understand that there's no harm in releasing a new legendary with a shiny already out.
Longevity
there's
of
no
the game,
harm in
I think
doing
that's the thing.
I know, I understand that, but we've got a lot of legendaries to come still, and a lot to, restock around. I just feel like that, not every month, not every 2-3 months, but once every so often, when the opportunity's there, I think it would be a really, really, really positive move to do for the game, for the hype, and for the community. I don't work at Niantic Labs. Is it in San Francisco? I don't work there, so I don't know.
Absolutely.
Talking about Elite Raids, we know Elite Raids are going to come back, and there's going to be one in May. Pokemon has tweeted out earlier, and obviously this is in the game code. It could change, but they've actually found an Elite Raid May box in the code, which is marked small and free.
Small and free. And it also coincides with, quite quietly, Pokemon Go added another date to their list of dates to note, as it were. We talked about them ages and ages ago when they released the Community Day dates and a few other things to look out for. May the 6th, which is the first Saturday of May.
2 days after Star Wars Day.
That was added to the list. So that very well could be the Regidrago makeup day, I suspect, because we're still waiting for that. Really.
Yes, we are. The makeup for the makeup.
Makeup for the makeup. But just a little about what happened on my sort of Elite Raid stuff. We've got a pretty solid community out here in Ealing. We did have sort of near enough 2 raid lobbies worth of people out. It fluctuated a bit. Some people dropped in, did 1 time slot. Some people dropped in, did the others. Some people did all 3. There was a good vibe. I do agree with Coops that I think more people would be out if it was shiny potential, but obviously it is what it is. They've done the new Pokemon. Here's a one-hit wonder. It was fun. I like this Pokemon better than Regidrago. The design's cool, as Ian said. I just think, and it is perfectly summed up by Mark, trying to use Campfire, which is rolling out now globally.
It's still being staged. It's not fully out at the moment.
That's what I mean. It's being rolled out, but more people are getting access to it. He tried to use their platform. Nobody turned up to his 11 a.m. raid. I really think that, like we had with the EX system, they could incorporate a way of help a friend and have one invite. You used to be able to send your EX ticket. I know they would have to come to the actual gym location, but you can invite one other person to partake in your EX raid location raid. Do a helper trainer thing where you could say, hey, you could come and remote in, because there are loads of people who are in a situation even worse maybe than Mark's, where they had no choice of getting Regieleki at all because they don't have EX gyms.
Absolutely. There are a lot of rural trainers and people that don't have big communities. Now, going what you said, Milo, or EX gyms, I do kind of agree with what you're saying, but going back to the Campfire thing, I genuinely think that is more about education around Campfire, because a lot of people don't know it exists. A lot of people don't know how to use it.
This is
and
true,
also,
actually.
a lot of groups are still very set with their WhatsApp groups, their Facebook groups, and Discord groups, and are reluctant to move to Campfire. So I think there's a couple of factors in there that is going to take a while when it is global to actually take off.
We'll have to see how it develops. Sort of how we ended up using Campfire on our end was just basically a group of us would light flares at the next location we were going to hit and say, we'll be here, wherever, and it creates a little chat, for that gym. You say, we're hitting this at this time.
And I think that's it, because just lighting a flare is one thing, but if you say we're going to do it at X time, people know when you're going to be there. But that's a new feature.
But you don't have to actually be a member of a group or something on Campfire, which is good.
Anyone can see it. I could have seen your flares in Ealing.
Well, exactly, yeah. The flare notification still goes to everybody on your friends list.
Yes.
But it was a fun day in the sunshine, and the only thing I think is I do feel for those people who had issues with it or who had no choice of partaking in it at all, be it through their choice because they're doing stuff for Easter Sunday or because they actually have no community to play with, or EX gyms to allow the eggs to pop up.
But this also goes full circle to what we were talking about last week, in that, and Nick said it perfectly, people play on a different game board, so not everybody will unfortunately have access to everything. So your experience in Ealing is totally different to mine up here in Grantham and Markstown as well. Coops as well. It's completely different. So
yeah, Balance.
Balance.
Balance. All I know for a fact is I've had a couple of requests to save the spare ones for trades so people can get them in their decks. That's basically it. And if you have got multiple Regieleki or Regidrago, be a good member of the community. Save them and trade them to somebody who hasn't got them at some point.
Be a good egg.
Be a good egg. All I say is I'm very pleased with my 98% I got.
Congrats.
It's totally rubbish mon, but no matter.
Yeah, my best was 89, but I'll take that, because when the shiny comes out and when it gets into standard tier 5 raids, then we'll have more shots with it.
Talking about shinies, and I think that's quite a nice little chat there, we're going to go and play a brand new game.
Shiny happy Pokémon, shiny happy Pokémon.
Ooh, I've been curious since the intro.
Intrigued.
Yes.
Shiny happy Pokémon. REM in my head right now. Fortunately, we probably will not be able to use the tune for this. It's a brand new game. We're going to try it tonight. Let's see how this goes. So we all love Pokemon Go. We all love shiny hunting. It is a big part of the game. We're going to do it in round robin format, but the rounds will get harder for those that stay standing the longest. I am going to pick a Pokemon. I'm going to pick a part of the Pokemon, and I'm going to ask the simple question, is what colour is the shiny variant Pokemon's part of its body? So I'll give an example. If I said, what colour is Mudkip's body shiny, you would all answer?
Magenta.
Purple.
Pinky, purpley, magenta. Great
Three
start,
different
boys.
answers.
But they're all...
So I'm going to start with Mr. Coops. I want to know, what colour is Zubat?
Oh, I know this one. It is green. It's shiny.
That's correct.
Yeah. Oh, Mark, I like this game. Good game.
Wait till he gets
Good
one
game.
more. I hate it.
Very good, very good. I'm going to go to you now, Ian. What colour is the standard Kanto Sandshrew?
It's green.
That is correct.
Milo, what colour is wishy-washy?
Shiny wishy-washy.
I want to know, what colour is Ekans?
It is also green.
Correct. Round number 2, Milo. What colour is Voltorb? What colour is the top half of Voltorb?
Blue balls.
Correct. Coops. What colour is the body of Tangler?
Green.
Correct. And Ian.
Yes, Mark.
What colour is the body of Kabuto?
The shiny's green.
Correct, Ian. Another round of you all through. Right, we're gonna make it a bit tougher now because these are simple ones. So round 3.
What colour is the pupil of this?
Oh, you jest, Milo. We have got an eye round coming up if we get that far.
Jigglypuff, green.
So I want to know, Ian, what colour is the nose on Girafarig?
It's blue.
Correct. Coops. What colour is the body on Hitmontop?
Oh, God. I got my shiny recently. I want to say it's like a pinky purple, isn't it? Is it pink?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'd have gone purple personally, but
Pinky purple I'd allow.
Pinky purple.
All right, Ian. Bloody hell, mate. It's a new game. Can you cut me some slack?
I can feel my time is nigh.
And Milo, what colour is the rotating top part of Skiploom?
Oh my God.
Oh, going sneaky. I think it's yellow.
Yeah, I think that's bang on, mate.
It's yellow. He's got it right. He's got it right. So we're going to round 4. Ian, what colour is the tail on Flaffy?
Oh, that's a tough one.
We don't usually check out the backside of Pokemon.
I never look at the back of Pokemon. I'm not Cricket 23.
Exactly.
I'm not even going to... I haven't got a clue. I have not got a Scooby.
That is a hard one.
Yep. No, I'm out.
Wait, you not give it a guess?
Have a guess.
I have not even got a clue. That was blue. Okay.
Green.
It's green.
Green.
It's blue.
Green tail.
It looked blue on my screen. It looked like
Ian, I love that.
turquoisey blue.
I love the fact Ian would have got it wrong looking at it.
I was.
Yeah.
That was hard. Coops, what colour is the nose of Nosepass?
Oh, that is a really hard one.
It's a rock type as well.
Yeah, so I know the shiny of Nosepass, it's like a goldy yellow. Oh, I think this is wrong, but I feel like the nose stays the same colour, so it's like a reddish.
He's correct.
Yes.
Correct.
Nice.
He's
Well done,
correct.
Coops.
Red points north.
Milo, What colour is the bib or the front piece on Badoo?
Oh, Budu, the baby Roselia. Yeah, doesn't that say the same? It's yellow.
It's purple. It looks blue on the screen.
Oh,
It's
the
purple.
bib bit. Oh,
He did say bib.
No
he did say
way.
bib, yeah.
I said the bib.
yeah. I just thought of the wrong section.
It was the
Yeah,
first ever game.
Inaugural round, Coops is the winner.
look at his face.
Shiny Happy
He's
Pokémon.
chuffed to bits.
Hang on, Coops. You can have this.
Thank you.
Yeah, go on.
Mark, well done, mate. Round of applause for you because I like that. Good game.
GG.
I do. I think it's a good game.
It's always evolving, isn't it, boys?
Mine, I can't get over mine. I hadn't got a clue. I would never have even got it.
Look at the bums, Ian. It'll do you
Yeah,
good
it's
for
not
the
going to happen.
future.
Look at the bundas, Ian. Look at the bundas.
Talking about shiny Pokemon, I think it's only right that we go to our favourite part of the podcast.
Shinies of the week.
So I'll jump in here first. I've got one on Twitter from Sue, HermesNinja, one of our gold tier Patreons. And she said, Monday morning sparkles while listening to this week's banger of an episode of Incensed podcast. That was with Nick, if you didn't know.
If not, go back and listen.
Was a little nervous. I made it through the first hour and a half without a shiny. Then the end of the episode came through. Hashtag shinies of the week. Hashtag shiny Pokemon. Hashtag Pokemon Go. Hashtag shiny check. I'm reading this one out, Ian, because it's going to make you laugh. She did get a shiny Whismur and, of course, a shiny Jigglypuff.
I'm so sorry, Sue.
It was only fitting, right? Only fitting.
I'm going to jump in straight away. We have actually got one from Instagram. So Zophie13 actually shared a post out for a walk listening to my favourite podcast at Incensed Podcast. Hashtag Shinies of the Week. Hashtag Pokemon Go. Hashtag Shiny Jigglypuff. There's a lovely, as Ian said, ruby-eyed shiny.
And I didn't in the ADR, don't worry.
Those green rubies. Thank you very much for sending that in.
I meant Emerald, Ruby and
Yeah, I
Emerald,
know
there
what
were
you
games, So I'll go next. We've got one from Campfire this week. So Darren Wykes finally got onto the Campfire. Darren, glad you finally made it on board, matey.
Good stuff.
Hatched this little beauty whilst listening to episode 112, hashtag Shinies of the Week. And he hatched the shiny Pichu with the flower crown. Not
jealous.
a Jigglypuff.
No, but the new flower crown. The cherry blossom flower crown.
He did. Well done, Darren. GG.
Very, very, very good. And I've got one here from Twitter. It's from Eric. That's Eric Braun 25. Our shining Lord and Saviour in all his resplendent glory and a flower-crowned angel of light. Laugh out loud. All while listening to episode 112 of hashtag Shinies of the Week at Incensed Podcast. Eric, you didn't put a picture of which shinies they were, but I'm assuming that one of them might have been Eevee. I'm hoping one was Eevee.
How can you do a Shinies of the Week without the shinies?
We've got to guess what it was.
It's a new game.
Or maybe
So what was
Veneering.
happening? What was happening 2 weeks ago?
Very, very good. Well done, Eric. Nice of you to join in on the famous hashtag Shinies of the Week.
Well, he didn't really join in, did he, really?
We don't
No,
know
you've
what
got
he
to at least
got.
tell us what you've got, please.
You use the hashtag, that's all we say.
Hashtag mystery of the week.
It's a new segment. Hashtag birthday of the week.
Something else we like to encourage you all to get involved with is Mark's flute.
Is that Mark's
Flute.
So, I did a poll. I'm just thinking of a flute. You've just got me... Oh, God, Milo. I've just got images of playing Zelda.
Actually,
with that
it's
little
just occurred to me.
reference
We use the blue tick to increase the potency of your poll.
Yes. Yeah,
We
we've
did.
got the blue tick, yeah.
Okay.
Well, it didn't work. It's not on the retweets anyway. However,
It never does. You tell people to do something they don't out of stubbornness.
I know. So the boys all picked something that they would uninvent. Which of these do you agree with? We had, how many people? We had 69 who were 69.
69, dude.
Nice. And we did have 15 retweets. So actually, it did refresh then. So we went from 5 to 15. So I'm quite happy with that one. So let's have a few of the comments first. I Am Pyrus has put TikTok needs to be cancelled and blocked.
Yes, Francesco.
Like that. Maston's
Get
put...
Poke AK on it.
Maston's put... Yeah. Maston says speed cameras at least serve a purpose of slow down your nugget. Vapes equals instant damnation. Okay, Maston, chill out, yeah. I think speed cameras...
Notice how he didn't say he wanted to cancel deep fried Mars bars.
No, exactly. Nakeem
fact.
Brown says speed cameras because they always take the side of the victim and not the accuser. Shots fired indeed. Very good, Nakeem. Lucy Davis has said TikTok because aren't they giving your info to the Chinese government? We're not going to say anything on this show. But
Yes, Lucy. We've already said it earlier.
And Sue HermesNinja has put, I uninstalled TikTok after hitting the follow button on the podcast. Can't abide TikTok, but Insta isn't that much better. Sorry, lads. I agree.
Sorry, so you're going to have to soon, unfortunately.
So, in fourth place,
This is it.
If I've lost this, I'm going to go on strike like the junior doctors.
bus lanes with 4%.
Yes.
Hey. We said that. Called it.
Knew it,
I think Milo wins with that because he knew it was going to come last.
which is always the best thing.
Third place, with 20% of the vote. It's speed cameras. Ooh.
Controversial.
In second place, with 33% of the vote.
Here we go, E.
Come on, it's me against you. Who's got this?
It's TikTok.
No way.
Robbed!
Seriously?
Robbed!
He's only gone and done
way.
it. He's only gone and done it.
This makes this equally impressive because I only did the poll for half an hour tonight because I thought we weren't going to run this long, in all fairness. I was playing it very safe.
Yeah.
And with 10 minutes to go, Vapes was last. And
Really?
somehow, in the
Wow.
last 10 minutes,
Really?
yes, with 42% of the vote.
42%.
Where did they come from?
How?
I know.
I'm
good choice.
dumbfounded.
Right. Ian, shut up. Right. Can I just confirm? So tonight, not only has Casual Coops won the new game,
Yeah, you've won everything. We get it. Yeah,
He's-
we've got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
he's also won Mark's poll. And his football team, Crystal Palace, beat Leeds United 5-1 at the weekend.
Ian, find the longest sound effect you have.
It's been a good
the
week,
longest sound
boys.
effect.
Speech.
When did you put his speech, yeah?
the award
This is
show.
the
This is
award
our award
ceremony
show
for episode
thing.
100.
I just want to thank everybody for coming out today. My victory with vapes. It's only, I don't know what I'm saying. Wrap this up. Damn, now I understand why people write their victory speeches. That's quite hard to do it on the spot.
Yes.
Why are your panties in such a
Why
twist?
that? Oh dear goodness. And if you did enjoy it, and we hope you did, and we hope if you are new and you've joined us after listening to Nick's episode, you're still here with us. Because
Don't go anywhere.
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, please stay.
Please consider following and subscribing to our podcast on all the good platforms that are out there. That is, as Ian let people know this week on Twitter, it's not just Apple. It's
No, somebody goes,
Google.
oh, an Apple
It's
Podcast. No, we
Spotify.
can only post one link a week. So for this week's episode, I will post a Google link for you all. So you see a different link.
I had somebody else, is it on Spotify? Yes, it's everywhere, trust me.
Yeah, it's not just Apple. We just have to post a link. But thank you for listening to us on Apple, our most popular podcast listening platform from our...
Flex it up.
We're on 237 Spotify reviews. But please give us a 5-star review.
Vivian? Medal? What? Scatterbug? Huh?
Give us a 5-star Vivian. There you go to 4.
To support us, please also follow us across our social media platforms on Twitter, Instagram, and I just put etc. after the show notes tonight because I don't think we need to mention that other one.
Don't, but we do need to mention Campfire and WhatsApp. Send us a WhatsApp message. So the number that you can send us a WhatsApp message on, and we would like a voice message because we haven't had any this week, which is unusual. +44 7592 695696. We need to get that on a jingle at some point, actually. Do you want to sing something, Coops?
I will. Just not right now.
Live. No prep. Let's
I
go.
can play the award show theme again for you.
I told you I'm not good on the spot.
I would also like to thank our amazing Patreon members that do make this possible for us. It does mean the world to us. Your contributions, be it on bronze, silver, gold tier, all help us so much, and we do appreciate it. just so much goes into making the podcast what it is. And again, we mean this and we say it every week. And our gold Patreon members are HermesNinja, JB, CliffordMert, DerbyRuss, Kerry Zachary, Connor Lee, ML Folk 2022, Apex 171, Professor 58, KTechnogal, and MUFTi. Thank you so very much.
Thank you. And can I just say quickly before you continue, Mark, welcome to the Patreon, new silver tier member, Macfloof.
Whee!
Ooh.
Welcome.
Welcome
indeed. Thank you.
Indeed. Oh, Jinx. Smooch him.
Smooch him.
But boys, bad news.
What?
Spotlight Hour reminder. Tuesday, April the 18th.
Don't say
is
it.
Ian's favourite Pokemon.
No, it's not.
It's
really
Trapinch.
not. It's green. Do I get a point?
No.
And the bonus is dead as well, just for double effect.
Well, on that shocking bombshell, thank you for tuning in to listen. Have a great week, and we will see you next week.
I choose you!